Line. Brought to you by Helene Curtis, makers of Stop-F deodorants, flowing cream, spray, and stick, Suave hair dressing, and End and Dandruff Treatment shampoo. Now let's all play What's My Line?
And now let's meet our award-winning What's My Line panel. First, the brilliant star of the new Broadway comedy, Once More with Feeling, Miss Arlene Francis.
And now the star of the Broadway hit Two for the Seesaw and the soon-to-be-released United Artists production, The Fear Makers, but tonight, just for us, Dana Anderson.
And I have the pleasure of introducing a beautiful and charming actress and scintillating personality and recent world traveler who is only 24 hours back in the USA, Miss Faye Emerson.
Filling in for Miss Dorothy Kilgallen, who was caught by a virus. I hope you feel better, Dorothy. Now here's the most distinguished publisher, Mr. Bennett Cerf, who's off to the bluegrass country tomorrow. Mr. Bennett Cerf.
I'm going to find out whether they pluck sheep down that bluegrass country. And here, fresh from his triumphs in Pittsburgh, PA, is our panel moderator, John Charles Daly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line. Actually, we're going to give the panel a rougher run for their money tonight than usual because Dorothy hasn't had a chance to lie back in bed, as I hope she is doing, and getting well rapidly, and watch the panel get chopped up. So we'll chop them up tonight for Dorothy. Isn't that a nice thought, panel? No. Yes, a pleasant thought. I thought so. We'll also have a famous mystery guest before our panel a little bit later in the show. We'll meet our first challenger in just... And now it is time for our first challenger. Would you come in and sign in, please? Right there, please. Chuck Carlisle. Is that right, sir? With Chuck, I would take it stands for Charles.
That's right, Don.
Where are you from, Mr. Carlisle?
I'm from Darlington, Idaho.
Darlington, Idaho. Well, it's nice to have you with us. Perhaps we can teach these folks to eat baked potatoes tonight, huh? Mr. Carlisle, the panel.
Hello, Mr. Carlisle.
That'll be the last kind word we'll say to them. Come with me, please. Do you know how we keep score, Mr. Carlisle?
Yes, I do.
Fine, then let's let everybody at home and our friends who are in the audience in the theater tonight know exactly what your line is. I can tell you that Mr. Carlisle is salaried, and let's begin the general questioning with Miss Arlene Francis.
Mr. Carlisle, are your services for both men and women?
Yes, they are.
Do they come to you for this service?
No, they don't.
One down and 9 to go. Dana Andrews.
Do you work for a profit-making organization?
No.
That's 2 down and 8 to go. Miss Emerson.
Well, if you don't work for a profit-making organization, are you connected with some branch of some government?
Yes, I am.
Would it be a federal government as opposed to a state government?
Yes, it is.
Do you work in some sort of institution? No, you wouldn't, would you? Because they don't come to you. Do you travel in your work?
Occasionally, yes.
This service that you render, is it a pleasant service? I mean, people are better off after they've used your services?
Well, now, I would say this. I would think that any one of us would readily agree that the service which is dispensed by Mr. Carlisle is a service which should, if we think about it, give us a sense of well-being, yes.
I see. Do you have anything to do with punishment or law?
You mean, is this specifically, Ms. Faye, because I don't want to mislead you. Do you have particular reference now to some element of the federal government that is concerned with the application of law, the enforcement
I know what you're going
of it
to
or
say,
something?
yes. That's about what I was going to say.
Was that what you had in mind?
I know what
well,
you're
that's
going
fine. Thank you very much. That's 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Carlyle, you said you traveled a bit. Would this travel ever be done in a boat of some kind?
Occasionally, yes.
Might it be a boat that sometimes travels beneath the surface of the water?
Yes, it would.
I wonder if you're a member of the crew of that wonderful submarine that stayed under for 60 days, the Sea Wolf?
Mr. Carlyle, Lieutenant Commander Charles Carlyle, is the executive officer of the Sea Wolf. So he's a member of the crew, definitely. Before we throw all the cards off, that's the first step. And now, Chuck, if I may, we have you for a minute with us. This is a prodigious feat, staying submerged for 60 days. And I think perhaps, I know the panel, and I think a lot of the people at home and those in our audience would like to know, how do you adjust yourself to being submerged under the water in a relatively confined space for so long a time? What effect did it have on you? How did you feel it affected your crew?
Actually, we were much preoccupied with the engineering accomplishment involved. I don't think that there was any real effect beyond the normal matter of being away from home and families. We take considerable pride in our ship, and the time went fast, really.
Well, did you make any special plans, Commander, to take care of the crew's morale, their spare time, to the degree they have any under the sea?
Yes, they have spare time, of course, and we made as much provision as practical for off-hours hobbies, movies for entertainment, that sort of thing.
And you had no particular problems in this long underwater cruise that you wouldn't anticipate in a normal cruise?
None at all. None at all.
Well, the Navy trains her men well, and I think most of all gives her men a great esprit, which
John,
is where this
could
comes
I ask
from.
Commander one question? I'm a publisher, Commander, and I'm just curious. Do you have a lot of books aboard that submarine?
We have a great many books.
Are they used?
Yes, to a great extent, and especially on a tour of this duration, they all get a very thorough going over.
Bennett's happy. Bennett's very happy. Well, Commander, I might say that it's wonderful of you to have given some time to us, because I know that your time home. Are you on leave now?
No, I'll be going back to the ship tomorrow.
You aren't on leave now?
No, just on liberty for the trip.
For heaven's sakes, after that wonderful feat. Well, thanks for being our guest, sir, and it's nice to have had you with us. Well, a very good beginning, panel. Now let's see what you can do with the second challenger. Would you come in and sign in, please? Solon Gray, is that right? Mr. Gray, where are you from?
Montpelier, Vermont.
Montpelier, Vermont. Well, that's fine. Nice to have. We're sticking to the North Countries tonight, aren't we? Mr. Gray, the panel. Mr. Gray, will you come with me, sir? Do you know how we keep score, Mr. Gray?
Yes, I do.
Good. Then we'll let the folks here in the audience and the people at home watching on television know exactly what your line is. All right, panel. Mr. Gray is salaried, and let's begin the general questioning with Bennett Cerf.
Mr. Gray, I noticed you were a left-hander. Is it safe to assume you're no relation of Warren Spahn?
That's right.
They didn't do right by him. Mr. Gray, do you do your work in Vermont?
Yes, I do.
Has it got anything, is it any kind of work that would be peculiarly associated with the state of Vermont?
No.
No. Good. 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Fretz.
Does your work make people happier?
Well, I think the safe thing to say there is that the end results of his work might on some occasions make people...
Might or might not, John?
Might, indeed.
Might make people happier? Do you work indoors, Mr. Gray?
Yes, I do, Miss Francis.
Would this be, as opposed to an apartment house or a hotel, would it be like a place of business?
Yes.
Are there other people at work in the same place that you are working?
Yes.
Would you say that you keep regular hours, Mr. Gray?
Mr. Gray, you don't have to answer that question if you don't want to.
Fairly regular.
Fairly regular. Do you ever work at night, Mr. Gray?
Occasionally.
Do people come to your place of business?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Pretty
Not in the
sneaky.
terms the question was asked. That's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Andrews.
Is there a product connected with your work, Mr. Gray?
Yes, there is.
Is this product to be found in the home?
Yes.
The homes of Vermont?
Yes.
Is this product found in any particular part of the home?
Well, that can be answered yes or no, Dana. You'll have to phrase it so that we can give you a
Well,
no.
is this product found in the kitchen?
Sometimes.
Well, is this product manufactured?
Yes.
It's manufactured. Well, do you buy this product at a special kind of store?
You mean a store devoted exclusively to the sale of
Well,
this
no,
product?
as a grocery store or a hardware store or a dry goods store. Can you buy it in a store?
Yes.
You can
You
buy
get
it in
a
any
yes
store.
to that, then, yes. I thought if I
Well,
waited,
any
I'd say
store,
that.
then.
Yeah. You can buy it in a variety of stores. I think it's the fair thing to say that.
Oh, I see. Well, would you say this is an expensive product, Mr. Gray?
No.
No, we can't say it's expensive. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Emerson.
I'd like to find out something about the size of this product. Is it something I could hold in my hands, Mr. Gray?
Yes, it is, Miss Emerson.
Is it something I'd be likely to hold in my hands, Mr. Gray?
Yes, on occasion, yes.
I wonder. Is it something that is composed of mineral?
Yes.
Is it composed of something mineral and something else? No, is that a yes or no answer? Yes. Is it something that's composed of mineral combined with something else?
Now, you're using the word mineral here in its general sense.
General sense, of course. Very broad general sense.
Very broad
mineral
general
soda.
sense. I'm very glad you're using it in a very broad general sense. That gives you a no. That's 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Not broad enough.
Mr. Gray, this is the kind of questioning Dorothy loves to do. She being homesick, I'm batting for her. Is this product of yours a solid?
Yes.
It is a solid.
Yes.
Does the mint...
Solid, did he say?
It is a solid, yes. Would it be any part, would you say this mineral was some kind of stone?
No.
No, we couldn't call it a stone. That's 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it ever worn?
Yes, it is.
Is that what you should do with it? Wear it?
Yes, I think so.
Is it worn from the neck? Maybe I just better say, is it worn from the neck? Is it worn from the neck? What direction shall I take? Down. Gravity's pulled me. It's worn someplace from the neck down.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Is it worn by both men and women? Yes?
Yes, I think here, speaking in general terms, we have to say that.
Would I have been closer if I had said male and female instead
Well,
of men
it
and
would
women?
clarify the issue a bit, yes.
It would?
Mm.
Then do I assume that it is not worn by human beings? You
You
led me
I
down
was
the
afraid
garden
you were going to
path.
assume that. 6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Andrews.
Did he say it was worn by men and women? Did you
It must be because it's not
Women,
worn
you
by
didn't
other than
buy
men
it.
and women. It's
All right.
worn by men and women.
Is this product worn more by one sex than the other?
No, I
No.
don't think you can say that. No. 7 down and 3 to go, Miss Emerson.
Mineral, eh? Worn from the neck down. Worn from, shall we narrow down here a little?
I think so.
Narrow it
Check
down.
the area. I always believe in that.
Would it be worn from below the waist, from the waist down?
Either.
Yes, yes.
Very long drawers, these are.
Well, is it worn in any particular kind of weather or to suit some particular kind of weather?
No. The weather's got nothing to do with it. Ain't nothing to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Gray, I wonder if this product of yours is ever worn by little babies.
Yes, it is, Mr.
It
Cerf.
is.
Mineral? Oh,
Mineral
yes.
for babies? Is it?
Yes. Well,
There has been no call for a conference. Would you care to call for a conference?
Arlene is an eager beaver, and I can't figure that diapers are a mineral.
no, but something holds them on.
Safety
Besides just
pins?
babies, safety pins or
Is,
some sort of...
is Arlene on the right track with safety pins, Mr. Gray?
Yes, she is, Mr. Cerf.
Well, then I pass to her and let her finish it all up.
Why did you do that? You love to fix diapers, Bennett, your wife told me. Well, he has two sons that once wore them, and when your sons wore them, pins were in fashion. And you do make or have something to do with safety pins? Do you have something to do with the safety pin manufacture, Mr. Gray?
Yes.
You're dubious,
Yeah,
Mr. Gray?
No, this is Mr. Gray.
How do you do, Mr.
Dubious
Dubious?
isn't with us tonight. That's fine. I'm going to flip the rest of the cards because we'd get down to fine points of argument here. Substantially, you have it. I think we'll have to give it to you because Mr. Gray makes diaper pins. The ready pin? That's right. The ready pin. From the Ready Company in Montpelier, Vermont, and their proud boast is that they are the best-known diaper pin makers in the United States.
Never stuck a baby.
Never stuck a baby, just panels. That's all we stick with them. Thank you very much, sir. It was nice to have you with us. We had a lot of fun. Hope you did, too. And now we'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from our sponsor. And now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which I ask my friends on the panel to blindfold themselves. Blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes.
Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery guest, we go to a different form of questioning. You ask one question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise, and we'll begin it all with Miss Faye Emerson.
I gather from that tumultuous applause that you must be very well known. Are you in show business, sir? Or madam, as the case may be?
Yes.
Or miss?
Yes.
Mr. Cerf?
Does that show business ever include of reasonably regular television performances?
Very seldom.
That's a no, then. One
a
down
no.
and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Does that mean that you usually appear before live audiences?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Let's say that our guest likes to think they're live. Mr. Andrews?
Are you a singer?
Oh, God.
What did he say?
Yes, a little bit.
He's a singer.
Yeah, and that is a very truthful answer. Yes, a little bit. Miss Emerson.
Just a little bit. Have you made motion pictures, sir?
Yes.
Mr. Cerf?
Along with the singing, do you ever play any instrument?
I played on the linoleum when I was a boy.
Never. Besides that, sir.
No.
What?
No.
2 down
no.
and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Would you be considered a comedian?
Canadian.
A Canadian. Canadian club?
A comedian, yes.
Comedian.
Mr. Andrews.
Have you appeared on the Broadway stage?
Yes.
Miss Emerson.
Recently? At present, are you appearing on the Broadway stage?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
When you did appear on the Broadway stage, was your name up in lights?
Yes.
Miss Francis.
Have you ever appeared in nightclubs?
Oh, yes.
Mr. Andrews.
Did we ask about motion pictures?
Yes,
Motion pictures, yes. You've done everything.
Do you have a motion picture in release now?
Pardon me.
Do you have a motion picture that is in release right now?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Emerson.
Why, Miss absolutely stumped. Dorothy will kill me.
We'll kill ourselves.
Do you dance as well as sing a little?
I don't do either.
No, I don't think we could say dancing. 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Cerf.
The singing, I take it, is purely incidental. Is that correct?
Excellent.
And is not what you're known for.
No.
That's right. The singing is incidental to what we might call the principal reputation of our guest, Bennett.
Was that count as a question?
No,
for
it
me?
does not. That was a point of information.
You are not in a play that is either about to open in New York or on its way here by devious routes?
No.
That makes it 6 down and 4 to go, Miss Francis.
Well, now, just a minute. You have not appeared in a play that's in devious routes. You are not in a picture at the present time. Are you appearing, or have you just appeared in a nightclub?
Yes.
Mr. Andrews?
Is the nightclub here in New York?
Yes.
Miss Emerson?
Oh, dear. Well, no, he sings, though.
Only incidentally.
Now, don't be
Couldn't be
misled.
Joey
We
Lewis.
accept the fact of singing, but we don't want...
Could be Joey Lewis.
Joey Lewis!
The dancer.
Presently appearing at the Copacabana here in New York.
Where did you get that
As
voice from?
as he does every year.
I just got up.
He's been... Canadian. You came... When you said Canadian club, did you hear the audience began to laugh? That's what they were laughing at.
And I love that commander being in the water and the submarine for 60 days, all water and no scotch. Really good.
Joe, thanks a lot for being on.
John, nice to see you. Thank you.
Battle, you've done very well so far tonight. We'll have another contestant after this word from our alternate sponsor. We're very short for time, but let's see what you can do with another challenger. Would you come in and sign in, please? Right there. Anna M. Waller. Is that right? Miss Waller is from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, originally. Will you come and join me here, please? Do you know how we keep score?
Yes, I do.
All right, fine. We'll let everybody at home and our friends in the audience know exactly what your line is. All right. Mrs. Waller is salaried. You have less than 2 minutes. Mr. Andrews, you begin.
Well, I'll ask the obvious question. Is there a product involved
There is
with your work?
product involved.
Is this product manufactured?
No, it is not.
1 down and 9 to go, Miss Emerson.
Well, this would be a natural product, then, I gather. Does it have anything to do with the farm or the land?
Well, not specifically. I think we'd have to give you a no there, that it is not certainly strange to the farm, but it is necessary to the farm necessarily, Mr. Cerf.
Mrs. Waller, Miss Waller, you haven't got 2 relatives out in Washington, Walla Walla.
No.
Would the product that you are connected with, Miss Waller, possibly come from underneath the ground?
No, it does not.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it animal, Mrs. Waller?
It is animal.
Has it 4 legs?
Yes,
Is it domestic?
yes,
Could one have one in one's home?
yes.
Would one comb it and wash it and tender it gently?
Yes.
Would it be in the dog family?
Yes,
Do you have something to do with dogs of some specific kind?
yes, I have.
Oh, good for you.
That's all. Just ran out of time. Just ran out of time, please. Wasn't that nice? So there.
I don't care.
So there. Mrs. Waller buys dogs for the United States Army and Air Force. They're used as guards on the missile bases and other
I wouldn't
places.
have guessed it. Good.
And one thing, Mrs. Waller worked with the Quartermaster General's office, and by the way, the Quartermaster's Corps would like to have dogs, so that if you have a dog or dogs that you would like to have Mrs. Waller take into her charge, you get in touch with the Quartermaster General. German Shepherds. No, German Shepherd dogs. Between the ages of 9 months and 3 years. And there you are. Thank you very much, Mrs. Waller. I'm sorry we didn't have more time. And I'm afraid I'll have to say goodbye for everybody tonight because we're running out of time, and I want to take the few seconds we have to tell you that Dorothy is doing fine, feels a lot better, and says that she enjoyed the show, that it was wonderful. On that happy note, Dana Andrews and Miss Faye, nice to have you with us. This is John Daly saying thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
Transportation for contestants on What's My Line is arranged by United Airlines. This has been a CBS Television Network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Todman.